Hey, Nifty Campus. I realized that today's roundtable was a little bit short notice for advertising it. I wasn't sure if I was going to start this weekend or next weekend from the big move that we did from Canada to Portugal. Just didn't want to be distracted and wanted to give all my focus to my family and my wife for the last couple of weeks while we transitioned to this whole thing. However, I will take a quick moment to update you guys on the market and remind you of our plans and how we're approaching uncertain times, and a trade setup that I was looking at today that I think is pretty interesting. So let's get into it. It won't take very long. But yeah, everything's going good with Portugal. We're learning new things, trying to create new habits and new routines, breaking some old ones that I wasn't too fond of, and just taking it day by day and having fun in the process. No one tells you that when you retire from something you've done for so long, that there's a lot of time to think and to try to fill your day with new things. So, for those of you who are considering retiring in the near future, always have a plan and know that it's one of the best accomplishments you can go through, but it's still a journey nonetheless. So let's get into looking at the Bitcoin chart. Basically, we've been trading in this channel for a while, and this channel is eventually going to lose its course, either to the upside or to the downside. I'm going to bring us to the weekly real quick and remind everyone of how much the growth has been since 2023. So we've made the last major low is right here. So I feel like we are probably going to get a low somewhere in this area here, which might freak some people out. But I feel like a majority of you in Nifty Campus are new to getting into these assets. Therefore, the last thing that you want is for Bitcoin to just go up to like 175 and 200, because you're going to want to collect some Bitcoin at better prices before that happens. So it's always important to stay in check with the psychology of money and understand liquidity, and money just doesn't come from out of thin air. So we need sellers to sell Bitcoin and buyers to buy Bitcoin. Also, understanding a little bit of Elliott wave theory, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move to the upside. Within these moves, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. But also, on a larger scale, we're looking for an A, B, C move. So a 3 move to the downside in order to continue a next 5 move wave up. Now on the weekly, you're not going to see the macro little moves within here, but if you were to go down on a 4-hour time frame, you will start seeing them a lot more. And understanding the patterns and psychological events that we do with our money. And when you talk about Elliott wave theory, that's really all it is just how money moves, how we psychologically deal with our money, and it's kind of put all in together into what we call Elliott wave theory. However, it doesn't always follow it to a T, but a majority of long-term growth assets generally stick to a pattern. I'm looking for the first sign of some downside movement, which could come all the way down, guys, to like 50, 60K if it wants to. And it would have done really nothing other than just normal behavior. I want to remind everyone 68K down to around 15K right here. So we're looking for this move here to form another low. That's pretty much all I got here on Bitcoin. I'll pull up Ethereum real quick. Ethereum does not look like Bitcoin. Ethereum is very exciting. We have broken this resistance area here quickly and then came right back inside it. And we were rejected from this high of 2021. So just a reminder to everyone who's unsure about the growth of Ethereum, where we're at, what could happen. It's just been a long range between 4,000 and we'll call it $1,000 for some time here, which who knows how long this is going to play out. However, I truly believe, and I've put a lot of my own hard-earned money into this trade plan and idea, that Ethereum is going to do something really silly when it breaks this. It's probably just picking up some liquidity down here, panic sellers. And when we come and make a third try at this or a fourth try at this, the more attempts we get to break this area without it breaking, the harder the push is going to be when we do. And don't forget about the retest. So we could push, retest, scare people, and then go. So I'll be looking for this event happening here in the next year or two. But could happen a lot sooner than that. I just don't like to blindly think that everything is going to work out according to plan and happen right away. All right, so those are the updates on Ethereum and Bitcoin. I don't really want to focus any attention anywhere else because really there is no need to. There are a ton of other altcoins that I'm looking at and just kind of monitor, but I'm not investing in any of these with maybe the exception of Chainlink. I do have holdings in abax.crypto.com and a little bit of Polygon, but I've been holding Polygon for a few years now, and it had a crazy run up in 2021. Do I think that Polygon could see, $2-3 in the future? Of course, and depending on the use cases for layer 2s in the future. All right, that's all I got for those assets. I'm going to now talk about the trade setup that I was looking at today. It's not MicroStrategies, that's for sure. It's bullish. All right, so very juicy setup, if you ask me, with tons of potential. It's a crypto exchange in the United States that has seemed to have gotten some attention from ARK Invest. I think they bought $5 million just the other day, and they've been continuously adding to this position. We are now coming back down and touching this area here where we had some buying and some accumulation happening, where it went from $48 up to $75. So I'm just looking at the chart, factoring in institutional buying, and really waiting for, a break of this area here and the downtrend of here that I have going on. Yeah, it's trying to keep this one simple. I might throw, I don't know, it's possible. I may throw around 10 grand at this trade, see what happens, and maybe risk $1,000 on it to try to make a good 5 grand. I want to have a really high risk to reward ratio on this one. And I can't see why this doesn't accumulate a little bit more and then come up and get back to distribution up in this area here. So a trade from, we'll call it $50 to $75 will be a good 50% trade. So yeah, put 10 grand in, make 5 grand, risk 1,000. Sounds like a good trade plan to me. I'll keep you guys in the loop about this if I decide to take it. That's all I got for this evening. I realized that it was only me this evening, but this is why we have the recordings, and I hope that some of you get some value out of this if you come and watch it. That's all I got. Keep on investing, keep on staying positive, and we'll see you next roundtable, which I may adjust the time because maybe 5 o'clock in the evening Eastern Standard might not be the best time due to dinner and prepping for dinner. Perhaps maybe we do it at noon or at 1 o'clock. I'll try to get a little vote to see what everyone thinks. Have a good night.